Hi, I'm Walt with Reveal Fitness. I'm here with one of our longtime members, Dan. We're just going to talk about his last 10 weeks and a couple things he did. Dan's been a member for about 3 years. I'm going to make a quick joke. He took about 6 months off to go running. We're not going to talk about that. But he always used to joke about his workout, the reason for his workout so he could have his donut and drink his beer. January, he said, I'm going to change a couple things, see how it goes, see what happens. And the last 10 weeks, he lost 34 pounds. And we're just gonna quick talk about that. What's, one or two little things that you did over the last 10 weeks?
Sure. Well, one of the things I think that you said on day one, and you've said at least once a session, is change one little thing. You can't change everything at once or you'll blow up. So I kind of fixed my dinner a while back. I've been having chicken for a long time, and it probably wasn't hurting anything, but it wasn't helping. So I knew my breakfast was a real mess. So I'd asked you in January what you have every day, and you said you have 4 eggs. So I'm going, okay, I'm going to try to have 4 eggs. So I think it's important to understand what the 4 eggs replaced. So the entire last year, every single day I'd go to Quick Trip right after class, and I would buy a breakfast sandwich that I think was 460 calories. And I'd go get like my favorite donut, and it said it was 770 calories. And it was an awesome every day, like without fail, and I'd eat it in the car because I work in downtown Green Bay, and sometime, I'd get to maybe Ballard Road or Little Chute, and I'd still have the good taste of the donut in my mouth. I'm like, God, I want another one, So maybe 2 times a week, I'd stop in Kakana at Quick Trip and buy another donut, So 770 and 770 is, I don't know, 1550 plus the breakfast sandwich. So I was 2,000 calories into the day when I hit the parking ramp at work. And I work in a business with 500-600 people, and it's always someone's anniversary, it's always someone's birthday. So there's probably Kringles or cupcakes or cookies, things that really look good on the counter. So depending on how good it looked, I might have one of those. And then lunch is always a train wreck, so that was pizza and subs or sushi or whatever. And I'd go home and Stace would make dinner, and later in the evening I'd have 3 or 4 beers. So a lot of days I think I was 4,000 or 5,000 calories deep into it. And I come here and I think I work hard, and I don't know, I'm guessing I burn off between 800 and 1,000 calories just based on my mass, and that would never touch that, so my weight just kept kind of ratcheting up and up and up. So when I started eating the 4 eggs, I found that maybe it was the protein versus the sugar just kind of kept me satisfied until lunchtime, and my lunch is still a mess, but my dinner has been good for a while. And having the decent breakfast, still the train wreck lunch, the good dinner, I'm not drinking as much beer at night, and I don't know if that's because I'm not having as much sugar and not craving it as much, but no, it's really worked out well.
How was it mentally giving up the donut? Did you have to avoid Quick Trip, or did you just tell yourself, all right, we're doing this for this time period?
No, I'm really embarrassed to say this. So the donut, I still go to Quick Trip and get a cup of coffee, and the donuts are exactly 8 feet away. they're off to the right, and the first couple days I got the coffee, I didn't look at the donut case, and I think I could have looked at it and still not bought one, but I'm going, well, why would I do that to myself, And after a week or two, I'm like, well, I can look at those donuts, they're not going to hurt me, and after not having them for a while, it just wasn't as big of a deal. So I don't know if your body changes, or you're even subconsciously a little bit happy to know your body feels better, maybe your clothes feel a little different, but for whatever reason, the donut was no longer my nemesis.
Right, and not having that now, you're less likely to self-sabotage. Mentally, you know you're eating better, you're working out, so you're just gonna try to stay on your path. It's probably a little easier.
Yeah, it's funny, with the 4 eggs were the thing I changed. I'm still not on a diet. Mm-hmm. My lunch is horrible, and it's nice. I think you said that after this 10-week weigh-in, we were talking about what the next one looked like, and Walt's like, well, at least you don't have everything dialed in, and now you're trying to figure out what to cut out next. There's a lot I know I can still work on, but no, so even without being on a diet, right now at this point in life, my donut's not a part of even anything I think about. I haven't had one all year. And not because I'm on a diet, or not because I'm necessarily trying to avoid donuts. It's just that I've fallen into a little bit of a routine. Mm-hmm. Eat the eggs in the morning. I can still blow my lunch. I'm having a sensible dinner. I'm not drinking as much at night. 1, 2 beers a week maybe. And on Saturdays, it's not fair to Stace to not do anything. So we go out on Saturday and we'll have a couple beers and maybe a meal, but not incredibly obnoxious.
Awesome. So with losing 34 pounds to start the year, what goals do you have now?
Yeah, so I'm 300, I was 331 pounds when the session started, so I'm 6'4", I'm pretty big framed. I would like to be 240 pounds. So I think I'm in the lower 290s now, and I'd like to lose, 20 pounds a session and maybe put me at 240 by the end of the year. And while one of the things that we talked about was, when I started and I wanted to be 240, being 331, in your mind, it's 91 pounds, so you're gonna go, hey, it's almost 100 pounds. And it's such a big number, I don't know how you rectify that in your head. It's so far away. And now being in the low 290s to go, hey, I'm 50 pounds away, it just mentally, it's a whole different message, and we're 3 months into the year since January, so in 3 months, that small amount of time to be able to make that change, and it just rewires the way, instead of going, I gotta lose almost 100 pounds, you go, I only gotta lose 50 more. In 3 months, it's incredible what a difference it makes.
And just doing a small thing. You didn't overhaul everything, which has to be way easier mentally.
Yeah, and I had no idea that was gonna happen. It started with going, I'm gonna eat some eggs and not eat a donut. And not eating that donut led to not eating the second donut, which led to maybe not eating the snacks at work because you haven't had so much sweet stuff, your body's going bonkers. And maybe because you didn't have so much sweet stuff in the day, having 3 or 4 beers at night became a little less important. But it started with one tiny little thing.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Well, enough taking up your time. I appreciate your hard work. I hope a few of the other members can take away something from this, that you don't have to change everything. It's just small changes, and keep up the hard work, and we look forward to the next few sessions and seeing what you do.
Awesome. Thanks, Bob.
Thank you.